Hello, everybody. Welcome.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to We're Only Gonna Do This Once.
Hello, everybody. welcome to another episode of We're Only Gonna Do This Once.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to We're Only Gonna Do This Once. Rolls me.
All right, ready, everybody?
1, 2, 3.
Sorry, what's your name, by the way? Oh, okay, that's nice to meet you. I'm...
And then I give a wink to the camera as like, I'm telling knock-knock jokes. Knock-knock.
No, Forrest. No.
I'm tired.
Yeah. It's haha, very funny.
Light stick who? I have a light stick. Hello!
Hi everyone, and welcome to WOGDTO. We're only going to do this once. We are so excited to have you all here with us tonight. I am Meg, not Margaret. I'm going to be your bear expert this evening as we play Honey Heist, and I think we'll just go around and introduce everyone. So yes, like I said, I am Meg, not Margaret. You can find me on both TikTok and Twitter at Meg, not Margaret. That's MEGNOTMARGARET. And of course, every Friday at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time here on We're Only Going to Do This Once. Reed, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, everybody. My name is Reed. I use they/any pronouns. You can find me on TikTok at DND5E. You can find me here every Friday evening at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can also find me on Saturdays at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time playing some Space Pirate D&D over on twitch.tv/Starlight Tales. Tomorrow we'll be testing out some new ship mechanics for combat, so come stop on by.
That's awesome. Monty, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Monty. I use he, they pronouns. You can find me pretty much everywhere at doubtfire.official or on Twitter where they make you use shorter ones. It's doubtfire OFCL. No dots in there. Every Tuesday you can find me over on twitch.tv/Electrum Exchange, where I play a funky little Warforged fighting some gods.
Nice. Jay, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Jay. I use they, them pronouns, and you can find me on TikTok, Twitch, and Twitter at JBirdThings. I usually stream Sundays, Wednesdays, and everywhere in between doing Minecraft and D&D stuff, and yeah.
All right, and last but certainly not least, Kate, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Kate. On Twitch, I go by Shady Soccer Mom. My pronouns are she, they. On Twitch, I wish I could say I had a schedule. It's more erratic than that, though. And I usually post on Twitter about 5 minutes before I start. And then it kind of gives you like buffer time because I'm going to start late normally. But I stream a bunch of games. So if you like just video games or hanging out, you can come hang. I don't know when, though, but yeah. And I'm really excited to be here. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, we're super excited to have you all tonight. Like I mentioned, tonight we're going to be playing Honey Heist, which is a game that was written and developed by Grant Howitt. Let me fact check that real quick for you all. Let's see, I pulled up the wrong PDF. If you want to find the game and play it yourself, you can find it at gshowitt@.itch.io. Yes, it is by Grant Howitt. There you have it. It's super exciting. You get to roll for a hat for your bear. So, I mean, it's already a great game. You already know it's going to be wonderful. So, without any further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. Make sure that you're relaxed, that you have some water and some snacks, and get ready, because we are only going to do this once. I always feel so cheeky when I say that. Okay. HoneyCon. The event sworn by all to be the bee's knees, especially since the Beekeeper Association is bringing someone very special this year. Your contact, Rowan the Rabbit, has informed you that they're bringing back the queen of all bees, once estranged, now returned. You all know that whoever is in possession of the Queen of all Bees, once estranged, now returned, will have limitless supply of honey for the rest of their lives. HoneyCon this year is taking place at Camp Bonnet. If you would like to see a map of Camp Bonnet, make sure that you go ahead and join our Discord. We have it posted in our It's Alive chat. So if you want to kind of follow along with our bears this evening, there's a little reference for you. Camp Bonnet just so happens to be owned and run by none other than Edgar Ville, the head of the Beekeeper Association himself. So let's go around and introduce our bears for the evening. Monty, would you like to introduce your bear?
Right, hello, it's me, Bitto Honey. I'm a honey badger and rope jockey. Some would call me incompetent, but I like to think that people likes me a lot.
Oh, the Squid the Dude redeemed a hydrate, so make sure that you get a drink. I am obsessed with Bitto honey. I love Bitto honey. All right, Reed, go ahead and introduce your bear this evening.
Yes, will do. Thank you, Squid the Dude, for the hydrate. Good to start things off with a little bit of water. Hello, my name is Mr. Cuddlesworth. Nice to meet you. I am a sun bear, so I got a little bit of extra oomph, sense and honey. I am the driver. A couple years ago, I stole an RV, never looked back. I got a cool little flat cap, and I may be a little unhinged, but that's for me to know and you to find out.
Very excellent. Jay, your bear?
Yeah, how's it going? Name's Winnie Soprano. I used to run the honey mob back in the big city, but those days are long behind me, and I'm coming back for one last job. Great to be here.
Awesome.
Black
And
bear and a thief.
thank you. And Kate, would you like to introduce your bear this evening?
Absolutely. Hi, guys. My name is Baron. I'm new to this business. I'm a polar bear. A fedora is my hat of choice. And I am very excited. I get to be the brains of this operation. Pretty nervous, though. It's my first time. Hopefully it goes well. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, it's quite the crew, and I'm super, super excited for this game. So like I mentioned, you have a contact, Rowan the Rabbit, who lives at Camp Bonnet and has given you a couple of important details for your heist this evening. Number one, the lake is the safest entrance and exit from Camp Bonnet. It's close to the main roads. And it is obviously there's not people hanging out in the lake in the dead of night. So the lake is a safe bet for your entrance and exit. And the mess hall is where all of the honey is currently being kept. As bears, obviously, you love your honey, and that's the main goal of this heist, is to get that honey, and also, if you can, get the Queen of all Bees, who once estranged, now returned.
Do you have to say the full thing? Do you have to say the full thing?
I feel personally like I have to.
Okay, I'm making note of it.
Excellent. So if you would like to kind of take the reins, team, where would you like, go take it away? Heist commencing.
So I like to envision that the RV is parked on the side of the highway, and we're all getting ready to get in the lake to make our little infiltration.
Okay.
All right, now it's been a good while since I've gotten a good swim. Maybe I should have practiced beforehand, but I think it's gonna be all right.
I normally leave this to the people that worked for me before, but I'm happy to relive the glory days. Here, getting a little wet.
I actually just formed up swimming this morning because, I know it was going to happen. I had to be prepared. So, yeah.
That was a smart idea. I should have done that too. Hey, Bino, why didn't you tell me to swim this morning?
Oh, look, I ain't got much sense. Period.
That's fair. That's fair. I don't know why I expected you to remind me. So, I understand. You're too beige, sort of a beehive. You know what I mean?
The wings go on your feet, right?
What?
The water wings, they go on your feet. Like he's wearing them like shoes.
Huh. Yeah, that looks good to me.
Perfect.
All right. So as you all kind of approach the lake shore, it's a crisp evening. The sun has gone down and the full moon is beginning to rise. Sort of around the periphery, you can see little fireflies just kind of twinkling around this little campsite. And of course, across the way, you can see slight illumination from the cabins and the other sort of buildings at Honeycon. Let's see, I believe one of our bears has a sense honey ability.
That's me. I do. Hello.
Okay, would you like to go ahead and roll me just a sniff check? For those of you who are tuning in, there are only 2 stats in Honey Heist, and that is bear and criminal. Each player starts with 3 points in bear, 3 points in criminal, and if you roll equal or under your stat, then that is considered a success. So Reed just now succeeded on their check. However, that also means that as a success, they now switch their points. They have 1 more point in criminal than they did before, since that is a successful check. So as you're sort of snuffling around the lake shore, getting ready, you smell just faint traces of honey, and your nose kind of leads you over to like an overturned tree, and behind it you can see there's like a yellow canoe with a little bit of like a leftover peanut butter honey sandwich kind of wadded up in the bottom. It's a little soggy, but honey is honey.
I'm gonna go walk over to the boat and pick up the sandwich. I found some. Heist successful.
Looking for a little more than that, but that's it's a good start. I appreciate that.
Okay, good. I wanted to eat this all, but I didn't want it to be weird, so I'm going to do that now.
Now we have to all. And we all just watch you. It would. I mean, I really wish you hadn't told us at this point.
It's very soggy.
That was disgusting.
Not a good sandwich.
You didn't want it anyway. Trust me.
I believe you. Thank you for that.
Yeah, it was not very good.
Alright, so,
I've never had honey so disgusting.
As you kind of lick your snout of any leftover crumbs, peanut butter, honey, bread, whatever, you can kind of, you're ready to go on your way. You can choose to swim, or you can tip over that canoe. Maybe that will get you across, whatever you'd like to do.
Now, fellas, we're some big animals. Do we think we will be able to fit in the canoe? All of us.
No, absolutely
Okay.
not. No.
Swimming it is.
Okay.
I'm gonna cannonball into the lake.
Great, yeah. Everyone go ahead and roll a bear check to swim.
I'm so nervous.
Bear checks are things that require like mauling, running, climbing, shrugging off damage, scaring people, just anything that it takes to be a bear. Criminal stats are for literally everything else that doesn't involve being a bear. So, Kate, it looks like you got a success, and Monty and Reed, and everyone succeeds. Excellent. So because that is a success, you all shift 1 point over to criminal.
I have a question.
Yes.
While we're swimming, could I do a flashback scene?
Yeah.
Wait, no. What do I need to do? No, I gotta eat a load of honey. Never mind.
I would say that it wasn't a load, but the little sandwich that you had will definitely move you back
you.
1 point.
I was getting,
to regain
I was
more
getting
bear points,
too
you
criminal.
can eat honey, and to get more criminal points, you can have an epic flashback scene to planning the heist. If your stat gets all the way one end or all the way the other, you either just lose all of your human qualities and just go on a bear rampage, or you just become a criminal and inevitably betray your heist crew. So you want to keep an eye on your stats as you're playing the game. Cool, yeah. As you're swimming, as you're making your way across the lake, you can kind of hear... I have to go. As you're swimming across the lake, you can kind of hear the, excuse me for the pun, the buzz of activity from across the lake of HoneyCon. As you get closer, you can see that there are some sort of lights up in the cabin area. It looks like people are hanging around over there. And as you get closer, you can kind of see like the little sort of lanterns that they have lit across the trails and all around that area. Just sort of marking various ways to the different places in this camp. As you approach, you sort of come across an option where you can get out a little sooner, but that'll put you right at the cabins, or you can try and swim sneakily and make it all the way to the dock.
That's an interesting dilemma we're finding ourselves in as I'm treading water in the lake.
I honestly don't. Not that I don't trust our ability. I'm just not certain we're able to successfully sneak past a lot of humans right now. Maybe we should.
I could do it.
You probably could, boss. Honestly, if you want to, we can go that way. I guess.
I mean, 30 years ago, I did something much more difficult than this. I can't really remember. The details are getting a bit hazy at this point. But, I'm a good swimmer too. I don't really care too much. I'm just along for the fun.
Right, well, I'm really adorable. People really like to see me, so I could probably charm them, perhaps.
I think we could sneak past. We look very human in our appearances. I got this nice flat cap. Oh, I got this nice flat cap. Sorry, I forgot to swim there for a second.
Right. Okay. I guess we're swimming past. We're getting out at the cabins.
All right.
Yeah. So as you kind of how do bears walk? Lumber out of the water, I suppose. You see there are a couple cabins in particular that seem to be bustling. You can, if you crouch low to the ground, you should be able to make it underneath the windows just fine. However, there is a risk that there could be people walking by, so you may need to time it carefully. So you sort of pull out, there's a little bit of a shadowy area where you can kind of catch your bear breath after that swim across the lake and plan your next move.
All right, let's hold here for a moment. I gotta catch my bearings. All right, everyone, don't worry. I've done this a million times before. Just repeat after me. Act like a normal human. Say things like, "Hello."
Oh, that wasn't the thing we were supposed to say. Okay, all right.
I had a frog in my throat.
Okay.
I tend to swim with an open mouth. You know, it happens. Just say as I say. Say things like, "Wonderful weather we're having. How are you today? What a lovely day."
What?
Just keep repeating those sort of things.
Wonderful day we're having.
Perfect. Literally flawless.
I have a question.
Sure.
Why do humans talk about the weather so much? It's not that interesting.
I've got a few theories on this. I think it's because they don't have any fur. They've just got this loose skin, and they can feel the water slapping on their face more.
Interesting. Like, can I pull out like a notebook out of my bear fat and take a little note down?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Noted. Well, nice day for the weather.
Very good. That's
Thank
exactly.
you.
I've heard that exact sentence many times before.
Oh, good day to have some weather.
Oh,
It's all great.
that's really
Crusted.
Biddo, as you say that, you see two beekeepers walk past in their full beekeeper garb. They've got their sort of like mesh face covering. They've got their like beekeeper suits kind of whoop, 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 as they're like walking by. And as you say, nice, you're talking about the weather. One of them kind of like raises their hand and says, you can't be beat.
2 puns in one.
Oh gosh. No. I'm shaking in my boots. Right.
I feel like Baron would have frozen and just kind of waited for somebody to do something.
The beekeepers have like gone on their way already. They were just waltzing on past. For now, the coast seems to be the coast seems to be clear for now. If you want to try and make a break for it.
Oh yeah, it's
You're so good at talking to people. I wish I was good at that.
maybe someday.
Maybe one day. Looks off in the distance longingly. Okay, well.
That was so dramatic.
Did Mr. Cuddlesworth say looks off into the distance?
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
Good, excellent.
Well, shall we tip our hats and keep walking?
I tip my crown and do a barrel roll, and then
A barrel roll?
stumble and slowly get up again and groan as I stretch my back, and then I start walking.
Okay.
You still got it, boss. You're doing. I admire you.
Really feeling it. Oh, good God.
Which direction are you headed off towards while you're walking through the cabins? Are you trying to make your way north, sort of along the right side of the trail? Or are you going more to the left? What sort of direction are you looking to take here?
Can I sniff for any honey?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Go ahead and roll me a bear check. Roll for bear.
I start randomly lumbering to the north, but I'm not moving fast, so anyone could stop me.
Excellent.
A 1.
A 1. Okay, that is a success. And make sure you move your bear criminal meter where
Guys,
it needs to be.
I feel really crime in right now.
You take a deep whiff of the air, and you can definitely smell a very strong scent of honey coming from the. I keep referencing our map. I don't know if you have it open. Coming from the direction that you know the mess hall to be in, which is sort of like diagonal from where you are. If you were to, the quickest way would definitely be sort of cutting through the middle trails. Through the amphitheater and the archery range, but it is, that would be the most direct way to get to the honey. You can also smell, because you rolled a 1, which is like the best thing that you can roll. You can also smell like people smells, like you can smell like the stench of the beekeepers' smoke that they always carry around on their hips and. It's also coming from that general direction. So,
well, it appears the honey is. Winnie, where are you going?
Oh, sorry, I was just following the stars. What's going on?
Oh, okay. Well, I can smell the scent of that sweet ambrosia nectar coming from approximately this direction. So, be warned. there are a lot of people over there as well.
All right, well, let's make this quick. Let's just make a beeline right over there.
No. Because if we do that, they're gonna know we're bears, right? I mean, people don't just walk through the woods. They use what are they called? Streets. These look like streets.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, there's no cars, so I don't know if they're really streets, but
Maybe it's like a street for people, for like humans. Right?
Foot Street.
Yeah.
I think I've heard that.
You said it's that way?
it's that direction.
Okay, well, this street goes this way. Which is like close to that, so maybe we should go that way.
I got a question, boss. Do you think it would behoove us to find ourselves some beekeeper suits to try and blend in?
You know, I'm thinking about that idea, and I'm envisioning us disguised in that way in my head, and you know, it just sounds like the bee's knees.
Okay,
I reckon we
all right.
go ahead and give that a shot.
I don't know where we could find those. I just got the idea.
We just take them from some beekeepers.
Okay,
right?
let's go find some beekeepers.
Well,
We just go have Bido go up to somebody and go, "Hey, can I borrow your
Can I borrow 4 of them for me and only for me and no one else?
Can I borrow your and 3 of your friends' beekeeping outfits
Yes, sir.
Are there-
I got,
in an extra
got 4 smaller bodies. I do.
are there
Yeah,
any
it's a normal thing.
cabins that look like empty behind us?
Yeah, there's like I mentioned, there were 2 or 3 that look to be like kind of hubs, where you can see different like sort of silhouettes of people in their beekeeper suits walking past them. And then there's one where all the windows seem to be dark. There doesn't seem to be any other people in there. It looks like it's just an empty cabin.
Hey guys, what if the beekeepers like have other beekeeper suits, and we could take those and once again avoid contact with the humans, please?
Why would you need more than one?
If you have multiple colors, humans like to dress up in different colors.
Right.
You
So
know, like red and dark red.
Okay, that's weird. Clothing in general is just, I find it very suffocating.
It's just a nice hat. That's all you need.
Right? I think we all picked good hats today. Today's a good hat day.
Yeah.
It's always a good hat day.
Especially God. I feel like God's got a nice hat on today, a nice little red bucket hat.
Thank God.
Thank you.
I realize you were a bear of the church. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's new. I'm still trying to figure it out. Oh, great. Yeah, I like that idea, Baron. Let's go see if we can find ourselves a nice dark red honeykeeper suit. Beekeeper suit? I don't know.
yeah,
Whatever
yeah.
the position is.
We're gonna be the honey keepers soon.
That's great. That's a great.
Heyo!
Someone write that. That was great.
And you spell honey. In
So honey.
Uh-huh. Perfect.
E.
That was good.
Right.
Got it.
All right, who's kind of taking the charge on this beekeeper suit
I think
shenanigan? Baron? No.
Baron, just because it was his idea, so he might
Yeah,
be
the
like
brains!
pushing towards it.
Okay, yeah. So there's like a set of wooden stairs that kind of go up to the door, but that is facing one of the other cabins. around the back, there is a window, but it is like just out of your reach. If you're standing up on your hind legs and like reaching up, it is just barely out of your reach, but it is like left ajar.
Don't worry, I got this. As a black bear, I'm gonna climb.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a climb check.
All right. That is a 5.
Oh,
Okay. What is your current bear score?
oh gosh.
Ooh. So that does not count. Oh, wait, did you roll 1 or 2 dice?
Oh, I rolled 1.
Because climbing is your specialty, you get to roll
Right.
another dice.
Yeah.
So, and you get to choose the lower score.
Okay.
Woo!
You said a 1?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
I
That
was
is a
excited
success.
to fail, but
So a 1 is a success. You want to be equal to or low. So you sort of start climbing up. I imagine your little hind legs are kind of stepping on one of the other bears to get a little bit of leverage up and into the window. And as you kind of, with the grace of a black bear, kind of rolling through the heavy plump, you've made it into the cabin. There doesn't seem to be anyone in here. There's sort of a wardrobe in the... And all around you, you can kind of hear this low hum. And as you sort of look up into the rafters, you can see a couple of beehives, just rogue beehives up in the rafters, and a couple of bees kind of milling about from hive to hive.
all right, look here. We all have similar interests. This doesn't need to get violent.
Can they see the beehives from outside? Or is he just saying?
I don't think you can see it. If you may be able to hear the little hum and buzz, it might also be a little bit drowned out based on like the sounds of these wild beekeeper raves happening around you. I will let you decide, based on your bear's personality, how close attention you're paying.
Is there anything else in here, or is it just bees?
There are the beekeeper suits in the wardrobe sort of across the ways.
All right. I'm going to start doing like the Looney Tunes sneak stance, just slowly trying to make my way over towards the wardrobe.
Okay.
Just like,
Yeah.
buzz, 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 buzz. I belong here. Very good. Yes.
You belong.
Ah!
That's good. That's good. Don't mind me,
Yeah,
I'm
so
just
as
bumbling
you...
about.
Dreadful, horrible. Yeah, you make it across the floor without a hitch. And the it's not closed all the way, it is cracked a little bit. And you can go ahead and just open up the wardrobe.
I do so, and I look in. Are there
Okay.
color options?
Yeah, so there's sort of a dark red one that you were looking at. There's a green one, there's a yellow one, and then there's one that's white, but it has a sort of embroidered blue bee, sort of like on like the side, like the little embroidered detail.
I'm gonna grab 3 of them, and then I'm gonna take the yellow one and kind of like drape it over my shoulders and start sneaking back towards the window again, and just like, just a yellow jacket among some bees here, no big deal. Moving along.
The second that you grab the some of the, what are they called? The beekeeper suits, from like the sleeves come several dozen bees sort of buzzing out. And a couple of them kind of land on you, and I need you to make a criminal check to hold as still as possible.
Okay. 2.
Okay.
That's a success.
That is a success. Marvelous. Yeah, so you hold still, the bees kind of land for a second. You can feel them crawling a little bit, and then they take back off and make their way up towards the hives in the rafters.
Okay, we're fine. I've been through this a million times, like 2 times before. Let's just move on. Very slowly. Like, I imagine I'm just like trying to sneak over back towards the window without making any sound, and like the cabin itself is completely quiet, but my bones are crackling with every step. It's like,
You make it across no problem, and you're back out the window.
All right, I got it. One for you, one for you, one for you, one for you.
Okay, no, but it's important for me to know which one you're giving to each of us.
All right. I'm gonna take the yellow one as I said earlier. I'm gonna give Baron is gonna get the dark red. Cuddlesworth, you're gonna get the embroidered bee pattern. And
Thank you.
The other one was blue or green?
It was green.
Green. Biddo, you get the green.
Spiffy.
Thank you.
Mr. Cuddlesworth, you're sort of handed this white beekeeper suit with this embroidered blue bee on it, and you sort of remember from your planning that it's a symbol you've seen before, and you know that this particular bee suit belongs to Edgar Vile, the head of the Beekeeper Association.
What have you done to me, Jay? Oh no! Look at me! I'm the boss now. Look, I'm Mr. Edgar Vile. Hello. How are the bee weathers?
Awesome. So good. Are you all sort of putting on your bee suits?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right. If my bear memory serves me correctly, I think that polar bears are the largest bear, like, of the bears that we have. We have a polar bear, a black bear, a sun bear, and a honey badger. So I'm gonna say that, let's see, Baron, your snout is kind of pushing against the mesh a little bit, so it's a little bit like whoop. But otherwise, you're able to like squeeze into these beekeeper suits well enough.
Right.
All right. Where would you like to go from here? There, like, from your general area, you can go down the path that from the map will take you over to the ropes course. You can go to the left, which will take you around the sort of bottom of the camp, past the boathouse and the stables, but that'll get you to the mess hall eventually. Or you can do your best to kind of cut through sort of the smaller, more game paths, and that'll take you past the amphitheater and the archery field.
We should take one of the foot streets, right?
Yes. Yeah.
I
Yes.
reckon so, yeah.
Well, do we want to go up or do we want to go left?
Baron,
We
you were saying something
Have
about
the
going
map
left earlier?
with us.
If you go to the
No.
Discord...
Oh, I do know. I meant the bears.
Bears. Yeah, I'm going to say that you have the map. Your
Cool.
rabbit contact drew this map for you. It may not be incredibly accurate because he is in fact a rabbit. But you do have this map with you.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
really
I
nice
said we
to
go
him.
to. It was, yeah.
I love the little trees on there. That's great.
Ooh,
Rowan is a fantastic artist.
some good details, yeah.
Yeah, so I think we should go to the left. Like, it might be dangerous, but we've done pretty good so far, so we can risk it.
Okay.
Incredible. Let's go.
All right. So you kind of start lumbering your way down this footpath. Are you walking on all four legs or are you walking on just your hind legs?
Oh, just our hind legs. Come on, we gotta blend in.
I love it so much.
Yeah, I imagine they're like saying words about the weather too.
Yeah. Sunshine. Clouds.
The humid sure is bright today.
Oh, my hair is so frizz.
Yeah. So you get going and you're just kind of making a good pace down towards the left.
Making a good pace down towards the left.
Thought I could do it. Thought I could make it. Yeah, so you pass the dock that you could have come out at, and next to that is the boathouse where you see more of those canoes.
Oh, can I
couple of
smell
kayaks.
for? Can I smell for honey? I need a. I'm real low on bear here.
Yeah, go ahead and
I need to hit.
sniff for honey.
That is a failure.
Did you roll with advantage because that's your special bear
I
skill?
did. I got a 2 and a 6. My bear is 1.
All right, so with a failure, that's gonna bring you back over a bear point, right?
Well, so you know it was successful anyway. What I wanted happened, so not the end of the world.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
so angry right now. Ah.
It's a little hard to tell. There's definitely the strong smell of honey coming from the direction of the mess hall, but there's also just kind of, I don't know. It just seems to be everywhere. You're not quite sure like what particular direction it's coming from. As you pass the boathouse, though, you can hear more of that kind of hum of unchecked beehives from up in the rafters of this boathouse.
I think I might go into the boathouse to try and find some honey.
Yeah, you can look up and you see there's just like a couple of fairly large beehives up in the rafters. Baron, as the brains of this entourage, this is unusual. You were expecting a lot of beehives, but everything should just be in those bee boxes that are being kept up by the mess hall. You're kind of surprised at how many just beehives there are around. Do with that information what you will.
What was the rabbit's name?
Rowan.
Honestly, Rowan didn't say anything about all this free honey. It's all supposed. Yeah.
There's no bees on here anywhere. I don't know.
Right. It's supposed to be in the mess hall up there. So like we're right here, and you gotta I don't know. It's just a little suspicious. But you are the expert, so.
That is true. That's a great point, actually. I hadn't thought about that.
This is me asking. You hadn't thought about you being the expert?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just clarify.
Amazing.
I don't know. I'm not one to look a gift beehive in the mouth. I'm one to put it in my mouth.
Yeah, the beehives are definitely within like knock range. You could just knock them down and go to town. Like,
I'm gonna knock a few down.
Absolutely.
Give everyone a fancy feast.
it tastes like honey.
Tastes like honey from a hanging beehive.
It's pretty good honey, but you know the good stuff is definitely going to be up in the bee boxes.
I'm literally gonna grab honey during the break so I can really get
I also have honey.
I make a peanut butter and a honey sandwich, but not
Yes,
smoky from the bottom of a canoe. Let's see.
Completely drench a peanut butter and honey sandwich to get fully in character.
Right.
No.
So honey. Yeah, awesome. Go ahead and eat some honey. If you would like to switch some levels over, you totally can. With eating honey, that will take your, let me get the right stat. I believe that'll make you more bear-like and less criminal-like.
Sweet.
I'm feeling perfectly balanced.
How
As
wonderful.
all things should be.
You know, you're
Awesome.
so right, Baron. You're so wise.
Always.
I just say everything the boss has ever told me. I really look up to him. He's kind of like a father figure, really. If
Well-
we're getting
Okay.
I don't know. You guys don't look related to me.
related. I forgot a black bear and a polar bear. I forgot about that.
Black bears are not that big. Like, polar bears are
Yeah.
big. Black bears are like
Like this is that.
my dad.
You're like a father figure to me.
Yeah. I like go to
Incredible.
like pat your back, but I reach up, just pull something.
Amazing. So yeah, you kind of leave the boathouse, tummies full of yummy honey, and you have the option to continue on the same path you were, or you can go on one of the smaller footpaths, and sort of go a little bit different way. If you stay the route, you'll pass the stables, and then you can go around all the way to the mess hall, or you can cut through sort of by the amphitheater or the archery. I think you're muted, Kate.
Yeah, Baron, I think you might be you might have your
Hello.
volume turned down. Welcome back.
Thank you. I think with his like the taste of honey he just had, Baron is now like totally into this. He's like, I need more of that beautiful, yeah. All right, guys. So, and he's gonna like hold the map up, like teachers like tell stories and stuff. All right, so we're right here. We want to get there. I say we go right up the middle.
Right through the woods?
Through the people. We'll be fine. We look like humans. We know the weather.
That's true.
We can
That is
do
true.
this.
Sure, that works for me. I do have a small concern. If we do go by the archery, we might get stabbed. Just something to consider.
I don't think that'll be a problem. We have the beekeeper.
All right, you've convinced me. Let's go.
Okay. Yeah, so you sort of start cutting through. It's a lot. It's not lit. Well, the trail is not lit. You're having a good time anyway. But there are no lanterns or anything like there were along sort of the main outside track. As you go, you can sort of hear this hum of people from the amphitheater, and it starts to get brighter as you get closer. It looks like they're in the middle of some kind of presentation of some kind as you sort of approach the amphitheater.
I just realized what Cuddlesworth is wearing.
Oh no!
This was a great idea.
I am Mr. Vile now. Thank you, Mr. Vile's Cuddle. Mr. Cuddle Vile, Mr. Vilesworth. I don't know. We'll get there.
Yeah. So as you go, you're walking and you see a couple of beekeepers up ahead, all suited up, just kind of standing at the back, arms folded, watching this presentation happen. As you get closer, you can see that in an identical bee suit is a person with a white beekeeper suit with the blue bee sort of embroidered on the lapel. They seem to be giving a very passionate speech, arms flailing loosey-goosey all over the talking about the honey and how it must be preserved and saved for generations to come, and this whole long spiel as you get closer.
I'd like to cross my arms over my chest like the people that I see.
Okay.
And try and hide the embroidered bee. I'm also going to turn to the side, start walking sideways.
I turn to like face the direction that you're looking and like pretend like we're talking. Yes, it's windy today.
The wind is picked up significantly since this morning.
Yes.
Baron, I think, is gonna like kind of walk in front of them, like in between, maybe where the esteemed person is. And when he talks about like needing to preserve honey for generations, Baron just goes, "Here, here."
A couple of the beekeepers kind of give like, I don't know. Imagine like Shrek 2, like at the fairy godmother potion place. It's kind of that vibe. The employees of that potion place, that's kind of the beekeeper vibe that we've got going on here. Like kind of like weird fitting suits and like just like, yeah, okay, yeah. They're excited about this honey talk, they're having a great old time. As you're kind of shuffling past, one of the beekeepers kind of slaps an arm on your back and it's like, we're glad to have you. You're a little late, but there's still some seats over that way if you want to sit down and listen to the rest of the speech.
Yeah, we're the weather is
Tornado.
really sunny. So
It is in fact the middle of the night. You see like one of them nodding, and the other one kind of is like,
Can Baron start walking faster?
Yeah, sure. You just keep on moving along. Yeah, go ahead and roll a criminal check.
Crap.
This is out of a bear's comfort zone, I believe.
That's a 2.
A 2?
It succeeds, yes.
Okay, great. Yeah, so you just kind of start muscling your way through these people, and the rest of them are the rest of your bear party follow suit, being jostled around a little bit. And yeah, you sort of make it past the amphitheater. The trail continues on the archery range, and as you go, you can see there's a couple of beekeeper folk sitting around, having a chat, shooting the breeze, doing their thing. But they don't seem to be paying much attention to you as you're walking by.
Right, so I've been thinking, and I don't think much.
I've gathered.
I'm proud of you.
We've seen lots of honey, right? Lots of it.
Oh, I forgot to mention, while you were at the amphitheater, Mr. Cuddlesworth, your honey sense was just going off the charts. You're getting close to the honey. There's a lot of honey in the area.
What? Rowan the rabbit. It's not really a rabbit, but a giant bee who has lied to us and sent us here, and all of the beekeepers are actually bees. And that is why the honey is unprotected, because it's them in the big bee suits. I've unraveled it, haven't I?
That is an interesting idea.
I turned to Cuddlesworth. Hey, where did you find this one?
I picked him up on the side of the road.
It was a good road. It was.
It was.
That was
about
30 minutes ago. We just met.
We've been
this is starting to make a
blood
lot more
brothers.
sense.
we made a blood pact 2 minutes into knowing each other. It was friendship at first sight.
That explains the wounds that I noticed earlier. That's
I know. I don't want to. I don't want to alarm you, but my paw does feel like it's getting infected.
I was going to make a joke about bloodborne diseases, but I feel like that's in poor taste.
As you're sort of, you lift your paw, it sort of exposes the blue bee on your shoulder, and one of the beekeepers looks over to you, and kind of like, hey, cool bee suit!
Thank you, Weather!
They don't seem to be too concerned about that. And they're just kind of like, yep, guys. Classic Edgarville.
Nailed it.
I love humans in this game. It's very they're
I
great.
mean, the giant bees in the bee suits is what you mean.
Right.
That's why they like the weather so much. It all makes sense. You really cracked the case there, Biddle.
I
Are
know.
we at the archery spot?
Yeah, so you're walking through the archery range. Right? There's no one like actively arching at the moment. You are. Oh yeah.
Can I try and grab a bow and some arrows?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll a criminal check.
Okay.
Are you trying to do it like on the stealth, on the down low?
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to I'm just grabbing it like I'm just gonna use them at the archery range, but I want to keep them with me.
Yeah, sure thing.
Oh, it's a 2 and a 5. Oh, 2 succeeds. Okay.
Okay, yeah. So you are good to go on that, and you can sort of tuck that away in your bee suit and zip it a little bit, shove it in. And yeah, you sort of cut through the archery range, no problem. And as you make your way. Oh wow, thank you so much for all the tier subs, Chubbernaut. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Chubbernaut, thank you for gifting a sub to Couragemonger, Precisely Aaron, Magnot Margaret, Parker X Lucas, and Oat Cookie. Much
Thank you so
appreciated. Thank you so much.
That is so kind. Man, we have... that's so great. Thank you. I love that. Yeah, so you make it through the archery range, and you from where you are, you can see the mess hall and just the scent of honey. Not just Mr. Cuddlesworth now, but you're just picking up on all of this rich, sweet smell through the air. You can hear the hum of bees around the bee boxes just off to the right of the mess hall. But oh my goodness, you're there. You're at the bee place. This is where you want to be.
I would like to take a moment to bow our heads and appreciate how far we've come. When we started, we were over there, and now we're over here. Thank you. That's all.
Great.
All
Things
right.
we've made, the outfits we've gained, the blood we've lost. I mean, it's just been truly a great.
I've
journey.
lost so much blood. I'm feeling very lightheaded.
Yeah, so what is your plan of action? You can raid the bee boxes, or you can try and find the queen of all bees, once estranged, now returned. What is your plan
Now
of action?
here's the thing. If we think that we've got some faulty intel from our friend Rowan the Rabbit, maybe the Queen of Bees once estranged now returned is not, in fact, in the mess hall.
I respect your opinion there, but I'm really just in this job for the honor. So if I've got a shot at Queen of All Bees once estranged now returned, I think I have to take it.
Is there like a window to the mess hall?
Yes, there are windows to the mess hall.
Can I look in?
Yeah.
Poke my little bear head in?
As you sort of lift your head up towards the window, you're looking through the glass. All you can see is just thick honeycomb coating the entire inside of this mess hall.
Oh, boss. I got good news.
Lay it on me. What is it?
Honey as far as the eye can see. I really cannot see anything other than honey.
Well, do we break in or we going in the front door? What's the plan?
I mean, we got these disguises. I don't... Hey, wait! Baron. The brains. What's the plan?
We go in, you guys. You guys, I've never
Okay.
seen that much honey in my life.
All
Run
right,
to the door.
Your brain.
we walk
So
in. So big.
Yeah. You kind of have to muscle the door a little bit. It's almost like it's been sealed shut, and as you kind of push it, you can hear sort of the breaking of honeycomb and sort of chunks of wax fall away from the inside and thick strings of honey kind of connecting the door to the wall. And as you push it open, just this hum of bees begins to sort of rise in volume. And in the middle of the ground, bound and gagged, you see Mr. Edgarville tied up. And that is where we're going to take our 7-minute break, my friends. Yeah, so we'll be back in 7. Feel free to go ahead and use the restroom. Go ahead and get some snacks, some beverages, and we will see you all in 7 minutes. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for your patience with all of that. Our lovable team of bears has been tasked with breaking into honeycomb, steal limitless amounts of honey, and also to find Queen of All Bees, estranged, now returned. Our team started off in their RV, the side of the highway, made their way down to the lake at Camp Bonnet and swim across. They broke into some cabins, stole some beekeeper suits in an attempt to blend in with all the beekeepers at Camp Bonnet and Honeycon. And they made their way through the amphitheater, where they listened to a little bit of a presentation about honey and its importance and preservation. From there, they made their way to the archery range. They nabbed some bows and arrows and got to the mess hall. In the mess hall, they tried to peek through the windows, but the windows and walls were just seemingly covered in honeycomb. And after breaking down the door, they found lying in the middle of the floor, all tied up, the owner of Camp Bonnet and the head of the Beekeeper Association, Mr. Edgarville. And that is where we left off. So, jumping right back in, You kick down the door, and there's just this guy on the floor. The air is teeming with bees up in the rafters, but they don't seem to be paying you too much attention.
You're here. And you're here. And they're here. Who's in the beekeeper suit?
Me, I'm in
He's
it.
muffled. He's like tied up. You can't really hear what he's saying.
I should cut him free. I'm gonna go try and gnaw through his...
Oh gosh. With your like teeth.
Huh?
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and roll a bear check for me.
I am the beariest bear that ever bared. A 2.
Woohoo!
Marvelous. So that's a success. You managed to chew your way through his I don't even what would bees use to tie somebody up? Rope, I guess. You chew through the bee
It's just
rope.
honeycomb.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you see him sort of like, great, I'm so glad you finally made it here. The bees have taken over. Why are you wearing my suit?
Huh? What are you talking about? I'm not. What? This is all a dream.
This just sounds like bear noises to him. And he just is like, excuse me? We don't have time for that. We have to stop the bees. I would like to make a quick disclaimer. I, not Margaret, firmly believe that bees should be saved. This is purely a work of fiction. I am a bee ambassador. I do care deeply for the bees. This is just a work of fiction. I don't want anyone thinking I hate bees. I love bees. Just fit the story. So anyway, back into it.
I am the not Margaret. I speak for the bee.
I speak for the bees. It's true. It's true. I'm a lover of bees. Anyway, yes, we have to stop the bees before they take over all of Camp Bonnet and maybe the world. I don't know what their plan is. I'm not a bee. I'm just a humble guy.
Baron is gonna.
I pull out my bow.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
Baron's gonna try to get them to huddle.
Okay.
All right.
He thinks that
Bring
you're
it
trying
in.
to attack him for a second, and he's like, oh, okay. And then he like kind of cozies up.
What do we make of this guy?
If the bees take over the world,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of honey, right?
That's
Right?
pretty good for
And
us.
that's what we're here for in the first place. Right.
I get you guys are pretty new to this. I get why you would think this. This is a great idea in theory, right? But there's an element that would be missing there, and that's the thrill of the game. The heist. That part would be all over. And also no more picnic baskets or anything like that we could also take.
But I thought you were retired. Are you telling me that you're back in the game for real?
No, I'm just trying to give you guys advice to carry on my legacy. Is all.
Okay. Well,
I don't know if I want to carry on your legacy, Dad. I mean, like, what if I just wanted to, like, eat honey and not have to fight for it every day? It's exhausting. Like, this is so stressful. There are bees in suits.
Listen, Sonny, it's really. I was more talking to Cuddlesworth here. I know this life just isn't for you, and I would never wish that upon you or try and force you down any paths that didn't fit you or your I want you to chase your dreams, and I don't want you to live in my shadow.
you're so beautiful.
Thanks, boss. He's gonna go in for a hug.
I reach up. Sure thing, champ.
A bear
I-
hug.
I go and I hug Bitta so we don't feel left out.
Mr. Ville is sitting on the ground, just like hearing this. And then he sees all these really tall, unusually proportioned beekeepers just kind of like piling on each other. He's-
I'm gonna turn to the man and I'm gonna say, Queen, where?
the queen of all bees, once estranged, now returned. I don't know. They nabbed me early on. I've been tied up here ever since. And if I were to guess, I would guess the amphitheater. That's where most of the hum has been coming from. I wouldn't know for certain though.
Can I walk over to one of the windows and just scrape a bunch of like honeycomb off and just take a bite? Like,
Yeah, go for it.
under my, and then can I shoot an arrow at the window?
Yeah.
Try and break it.
To break the window?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that shooting a bow and arrow is not a normal bear activity. So go ahead and make a criminal roll for that.
Okay. I did roll the number 6 on that one, on that particular roll.
Okay, so that is a failure since it is above your criminal score. So you fire off the arrow, it kind of sticks to the wall and goes, and that sort of hum sound from this moving arrow seems to agitate the bees in the rafter. They begin to start scuttling around in the honeycomb, and that sort of low bzzz kind of pick.
But before everything goes wrong, thank you so much, Rusty Koala, for the sub. Much appreciated.
Thank you so much.
It's been a lovely 3 months. Enjoy the emotes, or the B-motes, if you will. Okay, back into
Very
it.
nice. I turn to the other bears and I go, that was a lot cooler in my head. I'm so sorry.
So since that was a failure, make sure that you move back toward the bear side a little, in case you didn't. Awesome.
Oh,
awesome.
right, too, because I had, okay.
You really muffed that one up, boss.
Listen, I've been out of the game for a long time. Also,
I can tell.
this isn't the game I've ever played before.
Oh, hydrate, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Common Virus. Whoa. I almost lost my poke bowl.
Well, I think we've got 2 options here. Stay here and get eaten alive by bees, or get the fuck out and go to the amphitheater.
And which one do you think we... amphitheater, right, okay.
I don't know. I mean, what a way to go. Surrounded by honey.
I think we should probably just get out of here as quickly as we can.
I forgot he was here.
Yeah, hi. I'm your boss. How do you... Anyway, let's just get out of here. We can figure out a plan on the way there.
Should we show them that we're bears?
No.
No.
We would very
does
much
he have a choice not to trust us at this point?
We would very much get animal control called on us very quickly.
True.
I've scuffled with them twice before. Once I managed to steal their truck. The other time, I managed to eat my way out of my cage. Both times, I ended up with a stomachache for different reasons.
Let's
Really
move on.
sorry. Baron's gonna be like scooping up honey and like honeycomb and sticking it in the various pockets that he has.
Yes,
And also
absolutely.
like eating.
Good idea.
Just start handing some to the guy to hold for us.
He's like
Putting
loaded up
it
with all
in
this
his
honey.
pockets.
He's just in
Shoving out the
regular
door.
clothes. You just shoved a piece of honeycomb in your jeans pocket.
Yummy.
That's gonna be a bitch to get out.
Johnny.
Pull his phone out and throw it away and move more honey.
A honeycomb the size of his phone, just put it in there.
He looks really confused, but he was too... He's not gonna argue with you.
Perfect. All right, to the amphitheater.
Oh.
Okay. So you sort of leave the... let me pull up my map. You leave the mess hall, and you can go the way that you came earlier from the archery range, or you can try and like loop back around around a different way. What works? What's the plan here?
I say we just go back the way we came. Straight shot.
That's true. We don't want to get lost.
Okay.
But,
as you-
Bito, you look distressed. Do you disagree?
I point at the human. Oh no, fair on him. I think they'll notice. I think they'll know, because he's not in any. So get up, fine. So he's got quite obvious. We could go through the woods.
Huh. That's a good point. I turn around to the guy. You have another suit.
Down in the cabins, I should.
Oh.
No.
Can I look around us? Is there like another beekeeping somewhere near us?
There aren't any just like suits lying around, but as you sort of look, sort of from the direction of the ropes course, you see a lone beekeeper strutting down, walking down. They've got like they're wheeling one of the honey, what are they called, the like hive boxes where they keep all the honey, sort of wheeling it towards the where they've been storing all the other boxes.
I'm going to attack them.
Okay.
You take care of it. I've never shot a bow before, and it didn't work out.
Are you using the bow and arrow, or?
I'm gonna use my carnage feature.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for bear, but roll twice and take the lower number.
That is a 1.
Chichochi!
I'm
All right.
just like standing there, and I've got like my bow drawn, and then just like whoosh, you just pounce on.
I like my claws come out through like the gloves.
Edgar is like, "Whoa, what the?" And as you just sort of lunge for this beekeeper, as you kind of, I don't know, what do you do? What plan of action here? Are you going for like a?
I want to try and like smush it.
Okay.
Like, you know, when you see like a paper bag or smush it down, because all these bees are just hanging out in the air. So I just kind of smush them all down and then like see if I can open it and shake them out.
Okay, yeah. So as you kind of push down against it, it's full of bees and it's full of air. And as you push it, it kind of like smushing like a plastic, like a glove. It sort of inflates and then like it pops around like the gloves and just a cloud of bees comes whooshing out of the glove. There are a couple of stragglers and then you just got a bee suit. This one is like this really atrocious chartreuse color.
I hand it to
him. Thanks. I guess that was horrifying. Okay, and he's just gonna kind of pull it up and zip it up and bring the sort of mesh thing over the face and sort of give you a bulky thumbs up.
All right. Good thinking, Bitter. Let's go to the amphitheater.
All right. So as you make your way sort of down towards there, you sort of leave the light of the mess hall, and from behind, you can kind of hear just this uptick in sort of the hum. You look back in through the chimney of the mess hall, this swarm of bees, and they sort of, in cartoon, like old Disney bee style, this sort of cloud of bees goes and it sort of swoops down over your heads and forest. After a while,
can I walk like weird limbs, like I'm trying to blend in?
Yeah. Do you think that's more criminal or bear?
Oh boy, I think it's probably more criminal.
Okay.
But for right now, my stats are the same, so I don't think it matters.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. Go ahead and roll.
A 2.
Okay, yeah. So as convincing as your performance is, you get the feeling that you saw the attack on the other beekeeper, and you sort of hear the trees come to life a little bit with this. It almost sounds like in Heist, tripwires are active. They just kind of buzz. Everything seems to be on high alert.
Oh no, that's not very good. Very good, if you will.
Very nice. That was a good one. Right on the honey.
Thank you.
You sort of, so you walk down through the two beekeepers that were there before. The beekeeping suits are just kind of crumpled on the ground. And there doesn't seem to be any like move from here. And you keep going, and you make your way towards the amphitheater. And again, like there's crumpled bee suits everywhere. It's a little bit creepy, but you don't see any bees. You don't see any impersonators. It just seems quiet and not quiet. It just seems still. Just this ambient hum and buzz from the bees lingering in the air.
Uh-oh.
I think we're going to get ambushed, I do.
Well, maybe if we get up... Oh, boss?
No, you go ahead.
After you. Okay, I will go. Maybe if we go... Okay, you will go after me.
All right.
All right. Maybe if we go up on the stage where there are no trees covering, we'll be able to see if there are bees above us, and we will be able to prepare for an attack. Boss, what was your thought?
I forgot what I was going to say. I was going to say we could just have the guy go up on stage. Because, he's...
Me. Are you talking to Bear?
I think we just speaking the same thing the whole time.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. He, as you see the guy up there, I imagine you look at him and he's like, he needs kind of thing and pulls out a block of honey. Is that what you,
Take it and just... All right, never mind. We'll do your thing.
Okay, all right. Come on, everybody.
Okay. Yeah, as you get to the amphitheater, I would like, everyone tell me what your special skill is when we're
Swimming.
Also, Meg, you are cutting out a little bit.
Oh.
I don't know.
Let me just turn up my gain and we'll
that.
see if that fixes it.
Cool.
Thank you for the heads up. I appreciate it.
Of course.
Yeah, so Baron's special skill is swimming. Mr. Cuddlesworth scents honey, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then Biddo, what's your special skill?
Carnage.
Carnage. And then Cinny the Goo.
Oh, Winnie Soprano, it's climb.
Oh, that's right. I had the old one. Winnie Soprano. Oh, how embarrassing.
Call me boss also.
Boss. Okay,
Boss.
and it's climbing. That's what it is. Okay. Let's see. I think this would be most applicable to Mr. Cuddlesworth. As you get to the amphitheater, go ahead and give me just a general smell. Sniff it,
It's a 3.
Is that a success or a fail for you?
It's a success.
Okay, yeah. So you can just smell like just the best smelling honey you've ever smelled coming from the amphitheater. There's also something else present in the area. It's almost like it's being hidden by the high-pitched sort of ringing sound that you it's just barely above the hum, and you can smell something like mechanical in the air mixed with the honey. Sort of as you walk past these beekeeper suits, you can see like they've got their little smokers that they have. The smell doesn't seem to be coming from those, but there's something weird about the layout of the amphitheater.
But I think there's something off with this here location. I can't quite put my paw on it, but it smells kind of metallic. Not very honey-like.
Almost
I
like
would
electric.
Almost like electric. Boogie woogie woogie.
That sounds really bad. I say we take the honey and leave and let the bees take over. And we have honey.
But what about the queen of all bees, once estranged and now returned?
Yes, absolutely.
I'm sure she'll have plenty of children to also make more honey.
I don't know. Baron. I know that this life isn't for you, but this life is definitely for me, right, Dad? I look at Bitto.
Well, this is taking a turn.
As you're discussing this, you hear sort of this rustling from one of the trees. A small little chipmunk is sort of like running down the bark, skittering. And there's like a thick glob of honey that drips from the ceiling of the amphitheater. And as the chipmunk kind of scrambles and makes its way towards the amphitheater, it walks past one of the seats, and you hear this sharp crackle of electricity and a zap. And you see the chipmunk jump and scurry and scamper off the other way.
What was that?
I really don't like this right now.
But I don't know what to do to further investigate it.
It seems to be some sort of 4D amphitheater.
Newfangled technology. Like Shrek. I love that film.
That's the one film I've ever seen in my
The
life.
ride. No, there's a ride at Universal. It's like 4D. It's pretty cool.
What
I don't
is...
remember any of these books you keep going on about. I'm sorry.
Tell me about it on the drive back. It sounds interesting. I'm gonna go walk up to the seats and try and see if I can see what's going on.
As you kind of get closer, you find one of the crumpled up bee suits, and as you kind of knock it over with your paw, you kind of hit the smoke canister, and a little puff of smoke goes off. And as it sort of drifts over towards the seat, it sort of catches on this this laser that sort of comes into view with the smoke, and you can see that that's exactly where it seemed to have got zapped.
Oh my gosh! It's a minefield! I'm gonna pick up the smoker and like try and reveal the whole laser and any other ones that I can reveal.
So you just kind of are like pumping and spraying the smoke as far as you can, and it's grid, classic heist style, just these red lasers kind of lattice around all the seats in the amphitheater to the stage. Once it gets to the stage, it stops and it's clear, but to get to the stage, you will have to pass through the lasers.
Just like my favourite 4D movie, Spy Kids 2.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds amazing.
They had a smell card. You could smell the movie. That's my favourite part.
My favorite... Oh, I love that. My favorite 4D movie is Rugrats Gone Wild.
Ooh.
They had one of them smelled like poop.
That's very funny. That's good stuff. Baron, what's your favorite 4D movie?
Well, it's not a movie. It's more of like a ride.
Winifred Shortcake Redeemed looks into Cam like I'm on The Office, and they said, and tell me to do my homework.
Okay.
So
All
on
right,
the count of
everybody.
three, everyone look into the camera and tell Winifred Shortcake to do their homework. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Do your homework,
your
Winifred
homework.
Shortcake.
Winifred.
With love.
Winifred Shortcake, finish this episode of WOGDTO and then go do your homework. You deserve a break.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Thanks so much for redeeming those points. That was a good time. But yes, Baron, what your favorite 4D experience? Continue.
Oh yeah, so it's like a ride at Universal, and it's got like Shrek and Donkey, and it's like 4D, And
That's cool.
I've never actually been on it in real life, so I can't explain it entirely. But Baron explains it in great detail. Yeah, it's actually closing though, so it's really disappointing, and I'm pretty upset about it. Which is why I wanted all this honey, because like honey is great.
Right. Sure. That makes total sense. Well, let me tell you, we could go watch Shrek 2. And I don't know if I can get a 4D theater experience. Well, okay, let's handle this right now. We can talk about
the laser grid
dimension later.
All right. I think we make the man go first.
Absolutely, 100% agree.
I'm gonna push him forward a little bit.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Not into the lasers, but like
right, but just at the front.
Mhm.
And he's gonna be like, "You want me to get up onto the stage?" Oh, this is a weird day. I don't know what stats this guy has. Probably no bear.
Yeah, all criminal.
All criminal. Well, that's a success. Yeah, so he carefully picks his way through. He kind of zaps himself a couple times here and there, and jeez, freaking bees, and but eventually he kind of picks his way up and over to the stage of the amphitheater.
Me next.
Go ahead and roll a criminal check.
Oh no. It's a 6.
Oh no.
Okay, that counts as a failure. So that means you also get to move a point back toward Bear, if that means anything for you. Yeah, so...
Wait, would you like me to give you advantage?
That would be great because I just had to get 5.
All right, I have redeemed advantage. I used my channel points for good here.
We love to see
All right, you got it.
4.
Yay!
Woohoo!
That is a success. Okay, I'm gonna say you had a bit of a rough start. You first slip over, you got a little zap on the paw, but after that, it's smooth sailing. You pick your way up to the amphitheater, and yeah, you're back on the stage with Mr. Ville. Who's next?
I will follow my father's footsteps.
Okay.
I got a 4. My stat is a 3, so that is a failure, but not as bad as a 6.
Not as bad as a 6. Yeah, so you get going, and it's just kind of zap after zap after zap after zap. It's very discouraging. And after a while, you sort of twister style. Your limbs are kind of all scrambled, and you're just not really sure which way you can go. So you curl up and place your head on your paws and just kind of sit there for a minute. And you're like, you know what? Like, I don't know. How are you feeling about that whole experience? I don't want to speak for.
I think I'm angry, so I'm gonna move a point from criminal to bear.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a question for you, Meg.
Yes.
I think in this moment, I'm frustrated. I feel a little bit outsmarted by bees, which is not a good feeling to have.
Mhm.
They're very small. Their brains must not be that big. I think I would like to just run through the rest of it. And can my penalty for doing that be moving another point from criminal to bear?
Yes, I think that's a really great solution. Yeah. So you go. The air is filled with the sound of roaring, the snap, crackle, pop of electricity, and the scent of singed fur is heavy on the air. But eventually you make it. Smoking a little bit, but you make it to the stage.
That was not fun.
You did great.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm a natural.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, because of all those zaps, your your beekeeper suit is kind of falling apart, and as you lift your arm, kind of rips off, and your bare arm is sticking out, and you just see Mr. Ville just like,
I'm very hairy.
I'm not gonna ask any questions. No. bee thing, and then I'm gonna go back to vacation. That's all.
All right, Sharon. Look, as long as you just follow my every step through this, we're both gonna get through here, no problem. Okay?
Every step. Okay. Right.
Every step. You're not gonna get electrocuted to death.
I'm not going to
as
get
long as you-
electrocuted to death.
Yes. All right. Repeat
Every
after me.
step.
I'm
Okay.
not going to get electrocuted to death.
I am not going to get electrocuted.
Let's go.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead and I'm gonna say Jay Bird in Jay's character Winnie Soprano. If you're following in their footsteps, depending on how they do, you may roll with advantage. We'll see. Go ahead and roll, Jay.
All right.
No pressure.
That is a 3, which fails.
Oh no. Yeah, so sort of the same thing. You get a little bit discombobulated, and I'm gonna say that Baron, it's just gonna be a regular roll. No advantage.
Ooh, that succeeds.
Oh, good.
Woo!
So learning from Winnie's mistakes, you kind of gracefully leap and bound. It's kind of a thing of beauty. Just big polar bear just gracefully making it their way through this laser field. Winnie Soprano, what do you think you would do in this situation? That all of your exits are cut off. You are just stuck. Anytime you move, you're zapped. It's very uncomfortable. You're not having a good time. You're supposed to be the old timer, and here you are stuck in a laser maze.
I think Winnie's gonna pretend like they're not being shocked and just try to make it look as cool as possible. At this point, just panicking to try and get to the other side. So I'm just gonna start doing a bunch of rolls, and there's just shoulders popping every like other second, and it's horrible.
Oh dear. Okay. I'm not gonna make you roll for it. I'm gonna say, since it was a failure, you're gonna move closer to bear, and to muscle your way through, it's gonna be another bear.
Okay.
But yeah, you all eventually make it. Stage of the amphitheater, this sort of puddle of honey is beginning to spread on the stage, and it's you've all made it. Some
boss.
worse for wear, but you made it.
Boss, the smell of our singed fur really makes me think about that one time that we were in the back corner of a seedy bar planning this heist.
Oh, I remember it like it was yesterday because it was yesterday.
Does anyone else want to join us on this flashback?
I desperately
Yeah, let me
need this
look.
flashback.
Okay,
Flashback
everybody.
will move you from bear toward criminal. So
Okay.
No, I'm okay.
All right. Okay, the three of us all look off into the distance and begin our flashback.
Wow, what a time that was. And we
sort
covered
of
every detail.
enact this scene for me.
It's all anchovies that we've got in our mouths instead of cigars.
Yeah. All right, Cuddlesworth, lay it on me.
All right, here's the situation.
Sure.
We've got an RV.
Mhm.
We've got an inside man. His name is Rowan the Rabbit. He and I go way back. I met him yesterday. He told me, get this, HoneyCon 2021 is happening this weekend at Camp Bonnet. Now, you and I both know HoneyCon is where all the honey is all the time.
Right.
That's why
in the
it's
name.
called HoneyCon. Precisely. You're reading my mind.
Now, I
Well-
want to let you know, Cuddlesworth, I've retired. I'm out of the game. This is going to have to be something pretty big.
I know. But let me tell you this. Actually, let me let my new companion, Bit of Honey, tell you this instead.
I'm picking my teeth with a fishbone.
I picked him up on the road yesterday morning.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not roadkill. Promise I'm not. But I've got a right bit of information. I heard that the Queen of all bees once estranged, now returned, is now returned, and will be at HoneyCon 2021.
Are you sure? Because I heard before that she had been estranged. Is it?
But now she's returned!
Now returned? Mm-hmm.
And I know that you're not an ideal guy. That's not none of us are, that's not our specialty. I did just meet Bitter last week, so I don't really know him that well yet. However, I know I'm not a brains guy, you're not a brains guy, Bitter. You got brains in there? No, right.
I don't.
So I know a guy. He happens to be a polar bear named Baron. If we got him in on this deal, I think we might be able to pull it off. What do you say? One more heist for old time's sake.
I slide him an anchovy.
Well, I'm in.
That was so excellent. Yeah. Those of you who participated in the flashback, feel free to move from bear toward criminal 1 point. That was marvelous and truly exemplary in every way, shape, and form. I love this game. Oh, this is so wonderful. Anyway, so yes, you are currently sitting on the stage of the amphitheater. Up, you can see this honeycomb, this what's it called? A beehive. And instead of the usual like classic looking beehive, this one it looks different. It's bigger, it's grander, it has this nice shine to it. It looks exquisitely fancy, and you can definitely tell that this is where the Queen of all bees, once estranged, now returned, is currently dwelling in this beehive.
Right, this is it then.
Do you think we just like knock on it or try?
I could rip it to shreds. I could.
You're really good at that.
That is true.
That
is one of your
my one
specialties.
thing.
I've known you for 5 years. I've always known you to be good at ripping things to shreds.
We met 2 days ago.
He's getting longer.
Yeah, I can rip it to shreds. If that's what you want, my sun bear.
Zoom in on Mr. Cuddlesworth. A single tear begins to fall under the helmet. That's always what I want.
All right.
You got this. Give him a good old punch on the shoulder. Give him hell. Give him bear hell.
Bell.
All right. It is in the rafters of this amphitheater. What is your plan to get up there to knock it down? And
Are the like, is the amphitheater wired and alive with sort of shocky energy? Or can I just...
So all of the lasers are just in like the seating area. The stage itself of the amphitheater is clear.
Right. Someone throw me.
Wait, hang on. What about this, Biddle? What about you get on my back and I climb you up there and then you tear it to shreds?
Oh.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Feeling a little spry after being shocked so many times.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a bear check.
All right.
To climb.
It's a success.
Hooray! Yeah, you make it up, no problem. There's sort of like this little grid where if they ever set up lights or anything for a fancier production of this amphitheater, you can scale it just fine. And as you kind of make your way up, you cross over, you're on this sort of catwalk area above that'll take you right over the beehive.
Yes. And then I'll get to work.
All right, go ahead and roll me a carnage attack.
Long live the
That's
queen.
a 3. That is a success.
Yeah, so you go ahead and tell me how it...
I think, first of all, since I'm right up at the top, I sort of grab at that stem where it is attached to the catwalk, sort of do like a spin around, run my claws, sort of like in a can opener fashion. And so then sort of just like spirals like a ham. And then just sort of like honey. It's just raining down.
Mm-hmm. Incredible. Yeah, so as you're kind of tearing, you hear the bees sort of start to, I almost said froth. Bees don't froth. But they kind of like begin to, spill out of this beehive. They're trying to sting you, but you're just waving it off. You are unbothered. Bees, you're just in the zone, wreaking havoc on this beehive. And as you're sort of can opening this beehive, you see this bee with a shiny little teeny tiny crown on its bee head start sort of like fluttering away from the beehive.
A bit. Is it going upwards?
It seems to be very disoriented, being ham spiraled. And so it's kind of like staying fairly near to the ground, just kind of swirling.
Somebody get it.
I'll get it.
Are you just gonna clap this queen bee?
Immediately kill it.
Please.
I mean, yeah, I think so.
Okay, yeah, you clap this like that, like the bee. It's a song, like the little camp song.
Okay.
I don't remember how it goes. That's the one.
Can I take the tiny crown and put it on my head?
Oh,
Absolutely.
On my hat? On my flat cap?
Yes, crown on the hat. And as you do so, the hum of the bees are in the surrounding forest seems to pick up. But instead of being like this threatening, it almost seems like they're cheering for something. You hear this small.
That's right!
Cloud of bees comes over and starts swirling around you in this like magical bear transformation sequence. You hear one bee say, "The queen of all bees, once estranged, now smashed. We live under a new ruler." You bee just wave of excitement from these bees just flood and fill and echo throughout the amphitheater. Edgarville looks terrified and like he's about to like pass out. But the bees are swirling around you and you're thrilled to be free of the tyranny of the queen of all bees. Almighty, new queen, king, new ruler. The bees are like flitting around you excitedly. What is your first charge of us, your humble servants?
I didn't think this far ahead. I need to consult with my royal advisors. Please give me a moment. Thank you. Guys,
They kind of like flood up to the rafters.
What should I tell them to do? I didn't think this would work. I didn't really think this went through. I got a dog attacking me. Hello.
I don't want to step on your toes here as newfound nobility or anything, but I've had my fun here today. So I mean, if you wanted to tell them to take over the world and just make a bunch of honey everywhere, I mean, I'm fine with that.
Why?
I can go back into retirement now. Job done.
I did really maybe focus on small communities, because small businesses are really the lifeblood or honey of every community, and I think that maybe if they just picked their favoritist place in the whole world and each and every one set up a little bee family in every home, then everyone would have honey and we'd all be extra happy,
All right. I think I know what I have to do. My brother bees! Join
They all
me!
come buzzing down.
I know it's been a long time since you've had your freedom. But let me tell you this. My one and final commandment to you, as your ruler, the new queen of all bees, now a bear, once a bear, now a bee. I would like you to go and be free. Take your loved ones, take your families, and go and find a new place to call home. Make a life for yourself, free of the tyranny of the former ruler, and continue to make honey to share with the world, because that, my dear bees, is your gift, and we are honored that you let us partake in it.
The bees explode in a round of applause. You see some bees crying a little bit. And as they are cheering and in the pans up to the night sky. And, that... I would love to do a little Where Are They Now? Like they always do at the end of Heist movies. So, Baron, what does Baron do after the bee invention, the new bee world?
Right. So Baron lives in a bachelor pad now, but it's a penthouse suite in LA. And just constantly is throwing parties. He's got like a few bee families of his own that he's like besties with. And they just like are constantly just like, hey, we've got all this honey, like what do we do with it? And Baron's like, I'll just throw a party. It's pretty like tricked out in his apartment too. He's got like all the latest tech. Yeah, and really he just enjoys life and eats a lot of honey.
Incredible.
And he's always dreamed of.
Winnie Soprano, what new adventures embark for you?
Winnie goes back into the city and opens up a 4D theater where every Friday they show Shrek, a double feature of Shrek and Spy Kids 2. And he also wrote a small memoir called None of Your Beeswax, The Winnie Soprano Story.
Incredible. I love that so much. Let's see. Biddo, what's Biddo up to these days?
Biddo has made a small home for himself in the dumpster outside of that 4D theater. Where he's not told anyone that he's living there, but he does sort of just enjoy the smells that do get tossed out at the end of the 4D movies. His trash bin is filled with honey and is just sort of leaking honey out of the street as he's befriended the bees by simply letting them smell the 4D movie cards. And that's sort of his, like...
They go wild for it. It's like their drug.
They give me... I get a tablespoon of honey for one sniff of the diaper card.
Incredible.
These are weird.
Freak you out, guys. And Mr. Cuddlesworth, as the empire of the bee kingdom spreads across the land, what does Mr. Cuddlesworth do with that?
So I think after the week after this, Mr. Cuddlesworth goes back to Camp Bonnet and gives a presentation to the board on why Edgar should be fired and he should be put in place as the new head of Camp Bonnet. And once he's put in place as the new head of Camp Bonnet, he then fires the board. And Camp Bonnet becomes a retreat space for bees and bears alike. So whenever bears need some extra family, some rehabilitation, they can come. Whenever bees have lost their family, they can come and find a new one at Camp Bonnet. And Mr. Cuddlesworth kind of lives with his foot in both worlds as he lives in his RV parked on the amphitheater stage for the foreseeable future. But every Saturday, he does go and watch double feature of Spy Kids 2 and Shrek.
Incredible. And I think that is where we will call it this evening. That has been Honey Heist. Wow, that was amazing. Yeah, that was, wow. Thank you all so much. That was so much fun.
Thank you, Meg. That was awesome.
I hope you had a good time. I hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy, you can find the game at GS Howitt, that's HOWITT.itch.io. It's a pay what you want game, $2 or $3. If you have a little extra money to spend, it's great to support creators, but it's a super fun game. Would highly recommend it. Let's go ahead and do our little parting outros. Would you like to take it away, Monty?
Again, I'm Monty. You can find me pretty much anywhere at doubtfire.official or doubtfireofcl. I'm on TikTok and I'm on Twitch. Give me a ring.
Awesome. Jay?
I'm Jay. I'm JBirdThings on TikTok, Twitter, and Twitch. And give me a ring after Monty.
Alrighty. And Kate?
I am Kate, also known as Shady Soccer Mom. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter. And
Awesome. Reed?
I have been Reed. You can follow, we're only going to do this once on Twitter and Instagram at WOGDTO. You can find us here next week at 8:30 on Friday playing a little bit of a spooky game in celebration of Halloween. So viewers, be warned, it's going to be a very different from this silly game about bears and bees. You can find me on TikTok at DND5E and on twitch.tv/Starlight Tales on Saturdays at 1 PM EST, but only after you've given Monty and Jaybird a ring first. And that's me.
Awesome. And I am Meg, not Margaret. You can find me on both TikTok and Twitter at Meg, not Margaret. That's MEGNOTMARGARET. And of course, every week on here on WOGDTO at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to stick around. We'll be rating someone. I'm not quite sure. We're looking welcome in this evening. So be sure to stick around. Give them a watch. They're super fun to watch. So again, thank you so much for stopping by, and we next, have a safe and happy weekend. We love you all so much. Take care.
Bye.